Good morning. Just got dropped off at the Rattlesnake Rock parking area and I'm getting ready to hike the Western Trail. Western Trail is about 30 miles, give or take, depending on who you ask. And I'm doing it in 2 nights and 2.5 days, hopefully. I'm hoping to get to about mile 12 today. And we got 2 dry days. And the last day might rain, but I'm thinking it's going to be beautiful weather for the most part. So I'm hoping to just leave myself with a few miles for the last day. This trail's going to start off with a good climb, and then it's just going to be kind of wavy terrain after that. If you can't tell, my face is purple. I do not feel well today. I think I didn't escape the stomach bug that's been going around after all. No major symptoms yet, I just feel drained. But I'm up on top of the ridge now and it's flat, so hopefully the rest of the day will go a little bit better. Okay, 10-minute break. Almost a liter of water and a protein bar later, and I feel like a whole new person. So, time to put the pack back on and put some miles in. And there's the dynamite shelter that everybody films when they come out here. Since I'm on this nice, flat, smooth section, I figured I'd go over some details about this trail for anyone who's never hiked it or researched it. It's marked as a 30-mile point-to-point. I know some people who track it get 31 to 34 miles. That's somewhere in that range. It follows the Pine Creek Gorge. However, it is not on the rim the whole time. A lot of it is green tunnel, like we're walking through right now. And I like that because I like to feel like I'm alone. This trail is not heavily used. And if you come out here during the off season on a weekday like I am, there's a chance you might not see anybody. There's some vistas on the southern end, and here's the first one. But apparently most of the vistas on the southern side are actually pretty overgrown. Now, I'm here in the middle of April, so it still looks like wintertime. And that's a pretty good vista, I gotta say. That's beautiful. But it's just important to note, if you're going to be here when it's green, there's not going to be as many vistas, and there's more vistas on the northern end than there is on the southern end, despite what's marked on the map when you look at it. This trail is known for having a lot of rattlesnakes. It is going to be in the 70s today and tomorrow, so I'm keeping my eyes open, especially in these rocky vista areas. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. across a campsite here at a stream crossing. And there's apparently a side trail here. According to this sign, I've gone 6.8 miles, but according to my GPS, I've gone just about 8 miles. Either way, this is not where I'm stopping. I'm about 9 miles in for the day, and I'm taking what is hopefully my last little break for the day before I get to my campsite. I think I have about 3 more miles to go, 9 miles in, and I'm at a little campsite here, which is super cute, and I would definitely stay here if there was water, but there's no water. Haven't seen a person yet today, and it's been warm. Let's see what the thermometer says. 73. I've seen it get up to 77 at one point today. When I was checking the weather before I came out, it was going all over the place. At one point they said it was gonna be 60, at one point they said it was gonna be 70, and the last I checked it was supposed to be 65, and tonight's supposed to go down to 40, so I'm pretty sure I overpacked. Either way, I'm doing pretty good, holding up, just a little tired, and I will most likely be at my campsite, I'm thinking around 5, maybe 5:30. I don't know, it's only 3:30 right now. Just when you think you're doing good on time, the trail gets sketchy. All of a sudden there's washouts and blowdowns, rocks, and for some reason my ankle keeps rolling. I think I have about 2 miles to where I plan to camp though, and it's only 4 o'clock, so I'm taking my time. I'll get there. Finally, another view. And not just any view. This is what I'm calling home for the night. Once I figure out where I can set up. I might even set up right here. Cool. Alright, got my tent set up right on the canyon edge there. And got my dinner going. That's chili from Thru-hike Market. Eating that tonight because it's heavy. Obviously not dehydrated. I want to give a recap for today now that I'm pretty much done for the night. I gotta tell you, the first couple miles and the last couple miles were a little rough, but everything in between was smooth sailing. Made it 12 miles, a little over 12 miles actually, which is the furthest I've ever gone with a pack on. And I ended up at this beautiful spot. And I'm eating chili for dinner, which is delicious. I ended up seeing the turkey and the owl early on, but other than that, just a bunch of chipmunks. Nothing too exciting. The wind finally died down. It was pretty breezy most of the afternoon. And it's just really, really pleasant right now. So I'm looking forward to seeing how cold it gets tonight and how well I sleep. My spot I set up my tent is a little bit on a slant. Alright, kind of a lot on a slant. But the other option was right behind me here. And then, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that big tree back there is completely dead. And within distance of falling on that tent pad there, so I went down a little bit closer to the canyon edge, and hopefully the slant doesn't bother me too much. Well, good morning, friends. It is a beautiful morning. Went down to 34 and it was just a tiny bit chilly, but no problems last night. Had something walk around my tent in the middle of the night. Sounded like maybe a possum or a porcupine. It just came around and wandered back off. It didn't bother me. The sun's just coming up over the mountain now, and it's gonna warm up here soon, and I'm gonna pack up and get going. Okay, it is 8 a.m. and I'm officially headed out of camp. Got somewhere between 12 and 15 miles to do today. Not exactly sure how far I'm going, but I got all day to do it. Like a bog right here. Super pretty. And wet. Okay, I am at the Bradley Wells picnic area. Nice little area with picnic benches and a pit toilet. This unofficially marks the halfway point on the West Rim Trail, so I'm halfway through. And I'm about a quarter of the way into my day probably. But it's another beautiful day and plenty of time. So I'm gonna get going. We got some vistas coming up. I have a confession to make, guys. Taking a shortcut. Yellow Blazes. This is the Siemens Trail. It cuts off like a 2 or 3 mile loop from the West Rim Trail. And I I hike to enjoy myself, and I gotta say, at the moment, I'm not really enjoying myself, so I figured I'll cut it a little bit short and see if I can get a little further today so that I have just a short hike tomorrow. I'm just not really feeling myself today. I just don't do well in the heat. And my knee was bothering me, but actually that feels fine now. So I just wanted to close out today. I did 14 miles today. I'm at a nice little campsite in Hemlocks. There behind me is my tent. There's a creek over that way where I got my water. Getting ready to eat my dinner now. And I'm exhausted, I'm not gonna lie, but I only have about, I think, 3-4 miles tomorrow. So I should be able to get out of here without getting too wet. Rain's supposed to start between 9 and excuse me. Rain's supposed to start between 9 and 10. So with any luck, maybe I'll actually beat the rain and won't have to see any of it. But last time I said that, I ended up getting rained on as I was packing up my tent. So we'll see how it goes. I'm ready for it. I got a raincoat. It ended up being like 80 degrees today on those mountaintops where it was all exposed. I'm probably all sunburnt now. And I still haven't seen another person. So there's a chance I might finish this thing without seeing another person, which would be awesome. Alright, good night, guys. Good morning. It's the day I hike out of here. I only have 3 or 4 miles left to go. And so far, no sign of rain. So, hopefully we can at least make it to Barber Rock before the rain. If not, okay, take 2, because my camera battery died in the middle of that. So anyway, I'm back at my campsite. Got my stuff all packed up and getting ready to head out. I think it's about 7:30 right now, so hopefully I'll be out of here by mid-morning. It went down to 41 last night, so not nearly as cold, but it's also not supposed to get as warm today, and it looks like it's starting to cloud over. So I got my pants on and my puffy today, and yep, looking forward to getting home and seeing my dog. There you have it, Barber Rock. I don't know if there's much else to see the rest of the trail, so I might just be seeing you at the trailhead. Well, there's another rock outcropping here, and I honestly don't know if this is Barber Rock or the other one was. But standing on one cliff edge is enough for me today. Look, more rock outcroppings. I'm confused now. I had no idea there was going to be so many rocky outcroppings to stand on. Well, whatever. The view from the first one was great. I don't need to stand on all of them. Back in the car, as you can see. I didn't film at the trailhead because when I got there, my friend Tom, who's a forester up here, was in the trailhead, so I was talking to him. And also, it just started raining. Like, as soon as I got in my car, it started raining heavy, but it was drizzling when I was at the trailhead. So I beat the rain, and I beat the crowds because other than seeing Tom at the trailhead, I hadn't seen a person the whole time I was on trail. I completed the trail in pretty much exactly 48 hours because I started at 10:30 on Monday and I ended at 10:15 today. Today went really well. I was happy to beat the rain, and I actually feel better today than I did yesterday. I started off the day really sore yesterday and pretty cranky, and the heat didn't help. And then I had a hard time sleeping last night, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, just the pain kind of went away and I felt great starting out the morning. So looking forward to heading home. I know my dog misses me. He's there waiting for me, and then later I get to see the kids and my husband. All right, that's a wrap.